So like I said, we all belong to the modern trade team of retail execution business in Hindustan Field Services. In the modern trade team, we work to ensure brilliant standards of in-store retail execution for Hindustan Unilever Limited brands and products. As a team, we have a set of business KPIs on the basis of which our performance is tracked. And it is also on the basis of these KPIs that our incentives are paid out every MOC. The KPIs of modern trade team are called PSX, and it has 4 parameters: availability, visibility, promotions, and asset compliance. Let us understand each. In every modern trade store, there is a minimum base quantity set for each SKU to be displayed and stocked on the shelves. These limits are as agreed between Hindustan Unilever and buying or the merchandising team of the retail store chain. And to maintain the MBQ, which is the minimum base quantity in the store, stocks are always on a continuous basis transported from the distribution centers of those particular retail chain to the stores. Product consultants and merchandisers are to ensure that these stocks are always replenished in the shelves of the store and stock is always available for the customers. Ideally, there shouldn't be any gap in the shelves. Say for example, 250 of the SKUs of HUL are to be tracked in the first parameter of availability, out of which a total of 234 SKUs have met the minimum base quantity limit, the MBQ limit which is set. So 234 SKUs of 250 is 94%. So the score in the first parameter of availability is 94%. So you must see that the parameter here is availability of stock. And how are we measuring it? What is the scale? By tracking the number of SKUs meeting the MBQ targets. So that was the first parameter, availability. Visibility. This parameter is also called as share of shelf. So imagine if this is the laundry section of a particular retail store. And like we learned in the last session, all the bays are generally divided into 2 sections: eye level and non-eye level. So we have to track using inch tapes if how much of the total space in the category is occupied by our brands. And we should be meeting the visibility target set. Now this is tracked or measured using inch tapes or even by counting facings of the product in certain categories. We have to ensure maximum categories meet the visibility targets. Say for example, out of the total 21 categories that we track, 18 categories are visibility perfect. So 18 of 20 is 90% of share of shelf or your visibility. So the parameter here is visibility and the scale is how much of the category space is occupied by our brands, which is again measured using inch tapes or by simply counting facings. HUL runs timely promotions and offers on each SKUs in different categories. We have to track 3 things here. If the stock of the SKUs on promo are adequately stocked in the shelves, if the promotion or the offer on the SKUs are communicated using different signages on the shelves, and if the promotion is running properly on the POS counter, POS counters in the store. If the response is a yes for all 3 questions, then the parameter stands scored. The responses has to be a yes for at least a period of 10 days or 75% of all the responses that you give to that question in the MOC. Say for example, if there were 175 promos running for that MOC in your store and you are tracking it daily and only 126 of the responses was yes, then the promo bit of that store is 126 of 175, which is 72%. There are brand specific assets deployed in every retail store for secondary branding displays. In this parameter, we track the presence of these assets in the store as well as the stocks on the assets. The calculation of this proposition is done by dividing number of days with stock meeting MBQ on assets by total number of days of responses for all assets. Say for 40 responses, stocking the assets met the MBQ standards out of a total of 80 responses in that month. So the calculation is 40 by 80, which is 50% score. Now that we have scores and unit of measurement for all 4 parameters of PSX, let's now calculate what's the PSX score of that particular store. Formula for PSX is availability into visibility into promotions into asset compliance, which is 94% into 90% into 72% into 50%, and the PSX score of the store is 30.99%. Not a pretty decent score. So that was the KPIs and the PSX calculation.